Today on Channel 8 News, we take a look at a local ministry intern serving the Manhattan community and a look at an upcoming solar eclipse.
And coming up, we take a look at a fairly new sport sweeping the nation, foot golf.
It may be bright and sunny right now, but stay with us at Channel 8 to find out if it's too early to put away those rain jackets just yet.
This is KKSU-LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
And welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Rachel Tucker.
And I'm Evan Penner.
Kansas senators have failed to override Governor Sam Brownback's veto on Medicaid expansion. Just 3 votes were needed for the 2/3 majority to overturn it, with a final vote of 81 to 44. In an interview with The Atlantic, Governor Brownback said he vetoed the expansion because it was irresponsible and unsustainable. But will the issue be brought up again?
I think it'll definitely come back up in Kansas legislation process, just because Medicaid and Medicare is always changing.
In a statement released on March 30th, Governor Brownback also claimed that the expansion would have failed to serve the truly vulnerable before the able-bodied and would have cost taxpayers $1.2 billion over coming years. Last Thursday, Washington Post executive editor Marty visited K-State to deliver the Landon Lecture and talk with journalism and mass communication students and faculty. Reporter Tucker Love has more on his visit.
The Big 12 room was full last Thursday afternoon when Washington Post executive editor Martin Barron presented to journalism and mass communication students and faculty. Barron had an important role in the Boston Globe newspaper's uncovering of the Catholic Church's cover-up of sexual abuse of young boys. During the JMC question and answer style lecture, Barron made reference to Spotlight, the film portrayal of the Boston Globe's work.
And at the end of her column, she said, the truth may never be known because these documents are under seal, under court seal. And I look at that, well, the truth may never be known. To me, that's like chum. That should be chum for journalists. Like, that's our job. Let's find out the truth.
During the Q&A, Dr. Kmetris Baltrip asked Barron about the importance of journalism educators teaching core journalism values and skills while also incorporating digital skills into their curriculum.
So I was just sort of wanting some insight from someone who's in the field and who is a leader, an executive editor in the field, to see how he felt about what sorts of skills and training students need coming out of universities.
Student journalists made up the bulk of those attending the afternoon lecture. On Friday, the Collegian published 2 articles sharing advice that Barron gave during his lectures.
There are an incredible number of opportunities out there for people who are getting into the field, people who can really master the basic skills that are required, the command of the language, the writing skills, reporting skills, interviewing skills, you name it, but also understand the new tools that are available to us today that allow us to tell stories in new ways, and who also have sort of an entrepreneurial spirit.
Baltrip said she hoped students who were able to hear either of Barron's lectures left inspired by what he had to say. Baltrip's biggest takeaway from the day? Journalists and journalism matter. At the K-State Union, I'm Tucker Love with Channel 8 News.
Stand by.
Washington Post journalist David A. Farenthold was awarded a Pulitzer Prize in national reporting earlier this week for his coverage of Trump and the presidential election. His work and others can be accessed online at www.washingtonpost.com.
The K-State Strengths Quest and Career Center helps students find out what they are good at and what career choice may be best for them. Counselors are available to guide students through evaluations that help their career path. For more on this story, here's Damian Duran.
I'm a senior this year. I am a career specialist at the Career Center, so I get to work one-on-one with students who are in the process of deciding on a major or trying to figure out a career path that they want to do with them.
Putting your strength to work, the Career Center and K-State Strengths Quest joins together to show how they can lead an interactive panel about how K-State students can leverage their top 5 themes in the workplace.
And I was looking for an opportunity to work with undergraduate students. I have 2 degrees from K-State, and I went out into the working world. I have a lot of experience, and I decided to come back and teach. And so I was looking for an opportunity to reconnect with students here on campus. And so I went to Student Services, and there was an opportunity to be the graduate assistant for the Strengths Quest program. And I fell in love with Strengths right away. One of the biggest things that I love about it is that it's so positive. It made me self-reflect on my past experiences, maybe certain decisions I've made, or things that I've done in my life, or people I've worked with. And if I'd only known about Strengths then, I think there were I could have achieved a lot more. Just to have that knowledge about myself, what my strengths and talents are, how I can bring those in a leadership role, in a team member role, and then how the people I'm working with.
At the Bernie Family Welcome Center, I'm Damian Duran for Channel 8 News.
The Strengths Quest evaluation is free to all freshmen, international, and transfer students. The test finds 5 core strengths from 34 talents, and administrators of the test say it's best to take it at the beginning of your university career. K-State students have been showing their strengths not just in their jobs, but in many ways. Last weekend, the 48-hour film festival kicked off in the Leadership Studies building. The participants involved in the festival were given just 48 hours to create a short film. The film had to be 2 to 6 minutes long and could be any genre, but it had to include 4 specific things that the judges were given to them by the judges. After 48 hours, all the films will be turned in and judged by professional filmmakers who come in from all around the Midwest. And multiple awards are given, including the Audience Choice Award.
So my experience was pretty smooth. I had a person that participated in the festival last year, so she already knew what we were going to do. She already had a schedule set up for us, so we finished with about 5 hours to spare, so we got done pretty early.
The premiere of all the participants' films and the awards ceremony will be tonight at the Leadership Studies building.
Stay tuned to find out how the K-State Fashion Show is making history here in Manhattan, Kansas.
And coming up next, find out what the newest food delivery app is that people are raving about.
I know a spot that I love full well.
'Tis not in forest, nor yet in dell. Ever it holds me with magic spell.
I think of thee, alma mater.
We'll carry thy banner high. Long, long, may thy colors fly.
Loyal to thee, thy children will swell the cry. Hail, 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 alma mater.
Our impact on the economy is more than just a number. Creating jobs, keeping businesses bustling, and partnering with industry to find solutions. Whether we're inspiring unity through big wins, educating tomorrow's game changers, or developing research that saves lives, our economic impact is just that, impactful. Where does Kansas State University leave a positive imprint? Locally, globally, you.
A solar eclipse is a rare natural event, and a total solar eclipse is even more rare. Kansas State got to see a visiting expert about how to see the next one. Dr. Fred Espinock first got interested in solar eclipses when he saw his first one as a teenager in 1970. 9 years later, he experienced a total solar eclipse, the last time a major eclipse was visible in the U.S. Later this year, Dr. Espinock and the rest of us will be able to see another total eclipse when a new moon moves between the Earth and the Sun. Last Tuesday, at the Neff Physics Lecture, Dr. Espinock talked about safety and camera tips for the first-time viewers planning to take in the upcoming total solar eclipse this summer on August 21st. Dr. Chris Sorensen from the K-State Physics Department encourages everyone to view the eclipse.
On our agenda, and certainly on my agenda, is to make the whole state aware that this is going to happen, so that they're not surprised, they learn about it the day before, or even worse, the day after, and miss the event. This is a very special occurrence. It's a natural phenomenon that as much as the beauty of nature is around us, from rainbows to sunsets over the prairies, this thing is going to outdo all of those things. So it's just something I hope everybody will be able to see.
Remember back in high school when you had to wait in those dreadful lunch lines that took forever to get through and everyone tried to cut in the front? Well, there's a new app out on campus that solves that problem. Channel 8's own Tyler Waymeyer has more.
Topango is a new app at K-State that allows students to order food right off their phones and skip standing in line. K-State Housing and Dining Services and the K-State Union have partnered to launch Topango, the leading mobile commerce application for college campus dining services, to make eating on campus easier and more convenient than ever before. Using Topango, users can browse menus, customize orders, pay, and then receive their food in various ways. One of Topango's main purposes is to provide access to students who don't have time in between classes to wait in line to get lunch and get to class. They make it accessible for students to tap their orders and have it ready to be picked up when they get there. Topango got its name from the founder, Daniel Almog, because of how the app works. You tap, you get a ping on your phone, and then you go. As of last Friday, Topango launched its newest update for the K-State campus, the option of having your food delivered.
We'll deliver all the restaurants here on campus that we already do service. And then we have some surrounding restaurants that are about a 1.5 mile radius around the campus, and we'll deliver those also.
I met with the representative that was out from HQ a couple weeks ago, talked with her, and just got it that way, just kind of got myself right in.
As part of the ongoing commitment to innovation and service, Housing and Dining and the K-State Union see a partnership with Topango as a perfect way to give choice and convenience to students, faculty, and staff. In Manhattan, I'm Tyler Waymeyer with Channel 8 News.
For more information about Topango at K-State, contact the Union Director of Marketing at the email address below.
Tonight marks another year of celebrating K-State student excellence. The Atid Showcase of Excellence 13th Annual Apparel, Textiles, and Interior Design Department's Student Symposium is back with more flavor than last year. The show's theme is creative thinking, so be sure you put your thinking caps on.
I'm really excited to be one of the first plus-size models that K-State has ever had. This is the first year that we've ever allowed plus-size models to enter the showcase, and to be part of that is really an honor to be part of the positive change.
Catch these ladies in action tonight in McCain Auditorium from 6 to 7 p.m. Tickets will be sold at the door. For more information, call McCain Auditorium at 785-532-6428. Another feat of excellence is being shown by local ministry intern who is volunteering at St. Paul's Church and encouraging K-State students to get involved through HandsOn KState.
Channel 8 News reporter Caitlin Sabert has more on the story.
Dylan Green is a ministry intern of St. Paul's Church. His ministry position includes being a part of Happy Kitchen, which is an opportunity for our local community to volunteer and serve free hot breakfast to those in need. HandsOn KState is a platform in a way Green advertises the opportunity for K-State students to engage in community service.
HandsOn KState is the platform that we use to advertise our service opportunity to the students of Kansas State. I work for the Episcopal Diocese of Kansas as the campus ministry liaison for Kansas State. So we advertise to the student body so that they can come here and help us.
Green has been a ministry intern and a part of Happy Kitchen since August. HandsOn KState students and Green cook and serve breakfast meals early in the morning through Happy Kitchen, which includes biscuits and gravy, eggs, and hot off-the-griddle pancakes. Volunteering has been something he has always tried to do, even through his church back home in Alabama. Getting the chance to see the direct impact Green and volunteers are making with our very own community is what motivated Green to pursue his position and be involved with Happy Kitchen. Although it's a part of Dylan's contract, he'd rather be here serving food anyway to the local community.
Technically, it's part of my contract. So I work, this is part of my job. I have to be here on Tuesdays, but I mean, even if I didn't, even if it wasn't a part of my contract, I would be here.
Green will continue to serve as a ministry intern and connect with all kinds of groups within the public. Volunteering will always be a way for him to stay close with his friends, fellow volunteers, and the community. In Manhattan, I'm Caitlin Sabert for Channel 8 News.
You can see the options to volunteer and find out more information with HandsOn KState on K-State's website.
The hunt is over. Stay tuned to see what not only adults but also children were hunting this past weekend.
Also find out what kind of weather to expect during your holiday weekend.
Outreach is more than a goal. It's our land-grant mission. We feed and sustain an expanding population and cultivate strong, stable families, growing responsibility and leadership in our youth through a far-reaching network of research, resources, and educators. Whether you're in Kansas or across the globe, every life is worthy of an extended hand. What makes K-State Research and Extension so powerful? Purpose, outreach, you. We may take different paths, but we all move forward, preparing for our future in the same historic library. We meet friends in the bustling student union and experience the exciting atmosphere of campus events. We appreciate individual interests and shared passions. Many different paths, one distinct destination. How does campus life become life experience? Connections, involvement, you. The K-State fabric is woven with a commitment to service, a common thread of experience and expertise, research that makes ambition a reality, student opportunities that foster empowered leaders, an environment that embraces creative collaboration. We look for moments to define ourselves as trailblazers and as advocates for advancement. Why does K-State believe it can achieve a stronger tomorrow? Promise, possibility, you.
Easter is coming up this weekend, and some local kids have already been enjoying an action-packed holiday. UPC invited the community to campus last Sunday to kick things off with a classic egg hunt. Reporter Alexis Lacey has more.
On your marks, get set, hunt! Kids of all ages came to Kansas State University last Sunday to participate in an Easter egg hunt. The event itself was a fun, relaxed, family-oriented event, but the hunters brought some egg excitement. Many of the hunters had one thing on their mind during the event, which was to get a lot of eggs.
5 eggs. At least 5, yes. I just want to get eggs.
The egg hunt was highly competitive for many of the kids. Some hunters even came with strategies in mind in order to meet their goals.
We're gonna go where there's nobody at.
Union Program Council, who hosted this event, is cracking open their doors this Easter to get future K-Staters hopping on campus.
This event has been going on for, I think, 5 or 6 years. So we just wanted to revive it again. Last year they couldn't do it due to shortage of budget. But this year we really wanted to make the kids happy and make their families enjoy the day with them.
The hunters, who range from 1-year-olds and up, not only participated in finding the eggs, but also got to eat candy, meet Disney characters, and take pictures with the Easter Bunny. In Manhattan, Kansas, I'm Alexis Lacey for Channel 8 News.
And the activities continue. Union Program Council is hosting an egg hunt for K-State students right now from 8 to 5, and the City of Manhattan will have one this Saturday starting at 10:30 a.m. at Ruth Ann Weefald Pavilion.
You know, that sounds like fun, Evan. I might have to stop by and check one of those egg hunts out.
It does, Rachel, but will the weather cooperate? We go to weather anchor Isabel Lobby to find out.
Thanks, Evan and Rachel. Taking a look at the national map, over up in the north, we have Seattle and it's raining. Moving down a little bit in Los Angeles, it's a little bit warmer, partly cloudy. Moving over to the south in Dallas, it's warmer and sunny, as well in Atlanta. It's a little bit warmer at 70 degrees. And then up in New York, it's a little bit of rain as well as in Chicago. Let's take a look at the Kansas State map. Okay, so over here, it's a little bit cooler in the west, Moving across the state over to eastern Kansas, in the Manhattan, Kansas City area, it's going to be a little bit warmer in the mid-60s. For the 5-day forecast, we're going to experience a bit warmer weather in the 70s than we have in the past few weeks. On Thursday, it's going to be high at 75, and then going to keep warming up Friday to Saturday. However, there is a chance of rain, so you might want to prepare for that if you're planning on going to the K-State baseball games this weekend. However, it should be warming up on Sunday and hopefully no rain then. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Isabel. Will former K-State men's basketball player Wesley Iwundu have the chance to make it to the first round of the NBA draft?
We'll have that answer for you coming up next, along with updates on your local sports teams.
And he'll drive one to right center field, towards the wall, and it's gone! Off of Floyd, right to Crandall. His first chance and a throw to first in time. What a coach, what a program.
Oh, they give him the dunks. He gets number 200.
Now he's going to throw far side. Jordy's got it against the lead 40. Here comes Lockett. Look out. He can move. He was drilled by Reggie Walker. On the field, perfect throw. Pringle down the sideline. Touchdown.
We are groundbreaking educators, laser-focused on inspiring students and sparking solutions. We are dedicated professionals, keeping campus safe, accessible, and inviting. We have big responsibilities, entrusted with serving our community and world. We are Kansas State University faculty and staff, and we have many titles, but one vision: always put family first. What turns profession into passion? Selflessness, integrity, you.
It's been an active week of sports in Manhattan as the K-State baseball and track and field teams were both in action.
Channel 8 sports anchor Jacob Valdez has the latest in sports.
Thanks, Evan. It's been a busy couple of days for K-State baseball. Over the weekend, the Wildcats took on the Oklahoma State, taking a win on Friday, but then losing 13-3 on Saturday and 6-3 on Sunday, giving them a 1-8 record in the Big 12. The Wildcats were also in action Tuesday as they played against the Nebraska Cornhuskers at Toynton Family Stadium. The Wildcats took the lead in the first inning, scoring off of a 2-out double RBI by first baseman Jake Scudder. This was the only run the Wildcats would score for the remainder of the game, while the Cornhuskers managed to tie the game in the fourth inning after 2 base hits and a defensive error. Nebraska scored again in the fifth inning, giving them a lead 2-1. They carried on this momentum into the seventh inning, scoring 4 additional runs. K-State fell to Nebraska, losing 6-1. The Wildcats will be back in action this weekend at their home field as they host the Texas Tech Red Raiders. The first game is tonight, starting at 6:30. K-State track and field also did some traveling this weekend. The K-State track team was in Arizona for the Sun Angel Classic. This is the first time the K-State track team has competed in this meet since 2015. Senior Kane Ellis took first in the 800-meter run. Ellis, who competed in this event in 2015, the last time the Wildcats were at the Sun Angel Classic, won for his second time, clocking a personal best. Along with Ellis, 3 other Wildcats finished in the top 10 of the premier section of their events. Junior Terrell Smith finished 6th in the 100-meter dash with a time of 10.45 seconds. Senior Morgan Wedekind also finished with a personal best in the 1,500-meter run to take 7th place. The Wildcats will travel to Austin, Texas for their next meet this weekend. Basketball season may be over, but for Wesley Iwundu, the game may continue. After Iwundu helped Kansas State reach the NCAA tournament, he may be looking at a chance to be drafted into the NBA during the first round. Iwundu has played with the Wildcats for 4 seasons and ranks 48th on the school's all-time scoring chart with 793 points. During his senior season at K-State, Iwundu averaged 13 points per game, along with 6.3 rebounds and 3.5 assists. If drafted, Iwundu will be K-State's first NBA draft pick in nearly a decade. In the non-traditional neck of the woods, Rec Services held an intramural foot golf tournament at Wildcat Creek Fun and Fitness over the weekend. I went out to the course to check out the action. Foot golf is unique, but by no means new. When it first opened in 2014, the Wildcat Creek Foot Golf Course was the only one in Kansas. It is now one of at least 9. Despite this, foot golf still enjoys some anonymity. Last weekend, many students had their first exposure to the sport.
But it's been fun to see the reactions of everyone else come through and just see their excitement about foot golf, because it is a different sport than what, say, change of pace from football or basketball or anything else at the rec. I think the main thing is you just come out here, nice relaxing, you kick a ball, just on a golf course, walk around with friends, just kick it in the hole.
The game is simple enough to understand. The goal is to kick these soccer balls into 21-inch goals located throughout the field. Out here at Wildcat, they've got an 18-hole course with par 3, 4, and 5. Fun may be the name of the game out here, but for rec services, getting students involved and energized in a new activity that they may not have heard before, well, that's just par for the course. One team of students from the College of Architecture called themselves the Pendentives, after a style of building they're currently learning in class. This was their first foot golfing experience.
So we all used to play soccer together, so one of us saw the invitation on the Rec League app, and then from there we created a group chat, and then we decided and we came out here today. I've heard of frisbee golf and regular golf, but nothing combining soccer with it. I know how to kick a soccer ball, but on a golf course it's a lot different with the different types of grasses like greens and roughs.
It's just a fun time and it's not too strenuous or anything, so anybody could do it. The longer grass is a lot more challenging, and I tended to always put it right into the grass or right on top of a hill. It's really fun and it's nice to try new things.
Whether stuck in the rough or on the green, for the Pendentives, a Sunday foot golfing was right on par with their expectations. In Manhattan, Jacob Valdez, Channel 8 News. And they won that tournament. Now back to Evan and Rachel at the desk.
Thanks, Jacob. Stay tuned to Channel 8 News after the break for more.
When I hear the phrase giving back,
it means an opportunity for me to do something for others.
Volunteering exposes you to different ways of life and different people around the world.
They teach you just as much as you teach them.
it allows you to understand the social issues that we face. The only people who can resolve those social issues is us, and that's starting with our community.
I think for me it means just really embodying what it means to be a part of that K-State family.
K-State athletics team with Courts for Kids, and we went to Costa Rica, a town called Leona Veja.
We went to Dallas to volunteer at Aid Services of Dallas.
I believe everybody should have education, and that's why I volunteer at a high school.
It's a family atmosphere, and we're here to take care of each other, and I think that K-State Proud and other things that students do really embody that family atmosphere that we've been taught since we got here.
What motivates Wildcats to give back?
Empathy.
Kindness.
You.
Knowledge is more than a piece of paper. It's being committed to leaving the world a better place, dedicated to limitless learning, conducting research that is tried and true, and then tried again, crossing disciplines, blazing trails, discovering better methods that lead to global solutions. What is the K-State graduate student experience? Unrestricted, proven, you.
So Isabel, do you think it'll be raining this weekend?
There is an 80% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, but it should clear up for your Easter Sunday, so that should be nice.
Good. Hopefully it won't rain out any egg hunts or anything going on for Easter.
Hopefully not.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning into Channel 8 News. We'll see you next week.
And be sure to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at KSU Channel 8 News. Have a great rest of your week.